Now, if the freeze ain't there, it's probably like a little sweat.
All right, no sweat. We good on both of them?
Gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal for real, gotta keep that seal, right, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal for real, gotta keep that seal, right, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal for real, gotta keep that seal, right, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal for real, gotta keep that seal, right, they ain't no fraud, 40 was being charged, scriptures on one accord. They keep on the boulevard. You just a buster. Close to the only of the Lord. The host, we everywhere from coast to coast. We on your law, open road. Gotta keep that seal to the end. You got one shot. I'm at a boat there. You before. You can't serve two masters. You have to put your life and let it go. From city to city, state to state, we travel, doing the work of the Lord. The brother is wrong, stuck with it. To be in the off. His spirit is in me. That's the comfort given to all of the disciples. Me and almost a hop and I in the gun range, doing up all of the rifles. Protect my nation. And ain't no thing to lay down my life on my three. Ain't worried about a dance to make a lot of ends. Don't let the truth ain't no critique. America is a wicked empire, that's no lie. I prophesy judgment on this nation until I die. Wake up morning, noon and night, serving the God of Israel. Keep the seal of the Lord, my hope I must fulfill. Gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal for real, gotta keep that seal, right, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal for real, gotta keep that seal, right, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal for real, gotta keep that seal, right, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal, stop, gotta keep that seal for real, gotta keep that seal. As I lift the battlefield, just watch me with this fire. I stay fresh in my legislation, this one with attire. Ask me about my visions. I know you still swinging, be hating on the push. You see these lives, we changing and explaining how the Christian church has misled our people. Above all nations, but they'll tell you that we evil. Man, that shit evil, my zeal lit. Ain't no stopping it. And all my brothers shooters, let's go, you have to be this prophet, shit will fall on you. We ain't gon' hesitate. And I want y'all to talk about some heavyweights. We here to sit through it straight. Let's keep this knowledge. Cause I ain't shopping now, that's why my sword's so polished. Abolish all this faggotry. It's such a tragedy. Just follow the Lord's laws and you'll become a casualty. No fallacy, these prophecies will get revealed. I'm one weapon they never need. I gotta keep that seal. Gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. For real, gotta keep that seal. Right, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. For real, gotta keep that seal. Right, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. For real, gotta keep that seal. Right, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. For real, gotta keep that seal. Right, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. For real, gotta keep that seal. Right, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. For real, gotta keep that seal. Right, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. For real, gotta keep that seal. Right, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. Stop, gotta keep that seal. For real, gotta keep that seal. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right.
Clap it up. Hey Rom, if you could, you might have to. I think we good. You might have to. I don't know if this is loud enough. We might be coming. Check on Facebook for me. Make sure we coming in loud and clear. If you could. In the meantime, hey, Shalom Israel. It's the Israelite School and Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West and 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. This is Priest and Officer YAHANNA. And I'm to my left, I got newly raised priest and officer, the warrior Allah, you know what I'm saying? A 50, give me a hand. Most High in Christ, man. Congratulations on the rank raise, you understand? And this is the I.S.U.P.K Houston Wednesday Law class, man. You already know how we do it in my class. You understand? We here to learn, man. This is a school, so we here to teach. You understand? And this is what you learn here, you're not gonna learn in the Christian church. You understand? Right. In the Christian church, you can't ask questions, you can't. Are we coming in clear? All right, Most High in Christ. And in the Christian church, you're not gonna you just go there and it's really just a shit show. You understand what I'm saying? It's the after party. It's the club, the next day club. You understand? You go to club on Saturday night. Well, guess what? You know what I'm saying? Stay at after hours and stuff. And guess what? You go home, get you about, you understand, 5 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, and you put on the dress, or brothers put on their little button-up shirts and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, you're going to another club, which is the Christian church, because that's all it is. It ain't nowhere where you can actually learn this Bible, because in the Christian church is full of wickedness and full of abomination that the pastor don't care. They only care about, you know what I'm saying, filling up their tithes and offerings. That's all they care about. All right. So here, this is what you're gonna learn. You understand? And I have I guess I'll go into a lesson today, but first I wanted to. We still have one more part of the officers test that I wanted to go over for the troopers and young officers. You understand? And I believe that is the brotherhood. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let newly raised priest and officer the YAHANNA, you know what I'm saying, take it from here as far as the brotherhood, and then I'll chime in as as I see fit. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and rock out. Do your thing, huh?
Okay. First and foremost, brotherhood is a weapon.
Right.
And we in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge understand this, and this is something that you won't get anywhere outside of here.
Mm-hmm.
True brotherhood. You don't get it in the streets. You don't get it in any other so-called Hebrew Israelite organization. True brotherhood is something that Christ died for. And I'm going to bring it out and show you right now. So if I could, I'm going to bring out 1 John 4:20. And it reads.
Nah, you could if you could just Baba Kashar, you got a sword? Okay. Yeah, no sweat.
But how often in the world did we give our loyalty to people that didn't deserve it?
The young man actually can read. I mean, you up to reading? You 12? No sweat. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, 1 John 4:20. Baba Kashai.
God. This is book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen?
So basically, how can we say that we love God who we have never been able to see if we hate our brother who we deal with on a day-to-day basis? See what they're going through. Understand that, basically understanding the struggle that your brother is going through. And when it says brother, it's not talking about everybody. It's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Right. It's only, this whole book only deals with the 12 tribes of Israel. It is only written to them. That's why it's called the Holy Bible, the separate records. It explains dealings with the other nations and other people, but it isn't for them. Mm-hmm. It is for us,
right?
So that we can deal with each other. Go on, please.
God, verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
So basically, if you love the Most High, you have to love your brother.
Right.
You can't have one without the other. In the Christian church and in these other organizations, religious organizations, they'll smile in your face and stab you in the back and sleep with your wife. They don't have true brotherhood.
It's like, if I could,
of course,
I'm gonna take it even further. You know how the brother was heavy when he said, if you love the Most High, you have to love your brother. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna take it a step further. If you say if you don't love your brother, you don't love the Most High.
Right.
You understand? That's what we need to understand, because like if the two correlate together. You can't have one without the other. You can't say I love the Lord, and I love, Christ died for me, and I love, like, sisters. I'll give you an example. what's the main thing in the Christian church? What's the main thing women say? Women say, what is their relationship with God? That's my man. Christ is my man. You know, that's the only man I need in my life, right? Well, if you love Christ so much, why the hell you over here gossiping about your sister then? If you love the Most High, why are you sitting there? Like, every time I turn around, she always wearing that funky outfit. She the girl. I tell you this, girl. Like, how you gonna be talking about your sister, who you can see, but you say you love God, who you've never seen?
Right.
You understand? You can't have one without the other. I just wanted to make sure, like, just drive the point home that if you don't love your brother, your sister, you can't. There's not possible for you to love the Most High,
right? And
definitely not Christ. Christ died. Christ was the epitome of brotherhood,
right?
You understand? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, most definitely the water.
Yeah, I'm right. No sweat.
And basically, just to jump on that point, you can't even begin already. You can't fathom what the Most High is doing. Mm-hmm. The Most High's thoughts are not of your thoughts.
Right.
So if you can't even understand your brother here and love your brother regardless of what they're going through, mm-hmm. you can't love the Most High who loves you.
Right.
Who loves your brother too. Mm-hmm. So you don't love your brother, but the Most High loves your brother. So how do you love the Most High? And yeah. So if I could, if you could give me Matthew 25 and 40.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, insomuch as ye have done unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
You ever heard the term in the world, ride for my niggas, ride for my brothers? It don't matter if you see somebody who with you getting jumped and you ain't riding for them, then that's not brotherhood. Like you get to the conclusion of the matter after the fact. But I'm not gonna let somebody just swing on my brother. I'm not gonna let somebody just come for y'all, come for my family or my sister. We're gonna after the least. So they're saying whatever you do to the least of the brethren, you do that to Christ. That you treating Christ the same way. Mm-hmm. That's the same level. That's how this brotherhood stretches. There's no respect of persons. The least gets it the same as the highest. When it comes to this brotherhood and exhibiting true brotherhood, this is what Christ died for. This is what rebuilds the kingdom. This is why we have no strength in our gates, because we could watch somebody getting beat and we're gonna pull out our phones. Right. We're not gonna have their back. That's why the cops have no issue gunning us down, kneeling on our necks, because they could come to your hood, surround everybody in the hood, got guns. Everybody in there got no issue squabbling, no issue, got charges and everything. But if somebody come in, they can beat up an old woman and people just gonna stand by and watch. That's because we don't have brotherhood within our communities, because we have moved away from these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's because we don't have the true understanding of the Bible. That's because we have the understanding that the oppressor gave us.
Right. If I could, just to add on to the point about the police brutality, you understand, and being an observant to it. Like what we must understand first and foremost is if you're not trained to go out there and intervene in such a intense situation, right? Let's take George Floyd, for example. Now, there was a brother out there, you understand? He came, I think it was, he started, it was an old school brother out there first, kind of talking, you know what I'm saying? Then it was a younger brother that came. The younger brother had the zeal to intervene, right? But it's like, what we got to understand is in a situation like that, we have to be mindful of, okay, if this sociopathic or psychopathic police officer is killing this brother, if I intervene, surely I will receive the same fate. You understand? So there's a way that you can do it without, and also covering yourself lawfully. nowhere else but in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA.
Right.
So that's why I don't hold it against a brother. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the stance from General Muhammad, right? I don't hold it against a brother for saying, okay, look, I don't want to get in that because I don't want to die. So I'm gonna pull out my phone and record, because sometimes recording, if anything, recording has worked. There has been instances in the past where you record a police officer, he's like, oh shoot, I'm recorded. Now I can't do, you know what I'm saying, what I can't do initially what I was trying to do. So that may stop that police officer. In some instances, we've seen, obviously, you know, it don't work. But you don't want to just jump off into intervening and jump on a cop and do, you know, now you got an assault charge. Now they can kill you. They can just shoot you dead. They can, without, right. And you won't get no justice. Your family won't receive no justice. Won't nothing happen to the cops, you know, nothing like that, right? So you always want to be mindful of that. Don't be dumb. You know, the scripture says, make no fault lest he take your life away presently. I'm paraphrasing. The scripture is dealing with how to deal with the police. To make no fault, because they're gonna kill you on the spot. If they psychologically, if they're wicked and vile enough to kill this man in such a behavior, like kneeling on his neck for 8.5, like that you have to be you have to be a serial killer. You have to have the mentality of a serial killer to do something like that. If you know anything about serial killers, if you watch CSI Miami or Criminal Minds or something like that, you'll know that these people display a certain type of behavior where they get off on, you know, certain aspects of taking the life or the way they take the life of a person. You understand? You can look at that video and tell that officer was getting aroused by taking that brother's life. You understand? That's a damn psychopath. So you know, if he ain't got a problem killing him, you know he'll kill you. Right. So what the brother is saying is extremely right on and accurate and heavy, but be smart about it. And guess what? If you ain't in the I.S.U.P.K, I would advise you not to do it. Come in the I.S.U.P.K, get counsel and learn how to do it. You know what I'm saying? We train. We have good night. The flies must smell of African outside or something. You understand? They abundantly right now. You understand? Salakia, y'all. You know how you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I get down, man. But you know what I'm saying, you know, we train here in the I.S.U.P.K how to handle situations like that mentally and physically. You understand? And spiritually. Right. So, you know, go ahead, Salakia.
Right. No sweat, sir. And Salakia, if I may add on to that point, just how my Adawan said, be clear when I say that because they come in the hood and do this to us, this just goes to show you that they have no worries. They have no worries. We literally every week since 1969 under Commander General YAHANNA have been going on the street and calling the white man the devil with no fear. No fear. And our brothers and sisters are gunned down for the pettiest of things, stealing gum from a corner store. So that just shows you that since we have brotherhood, and how we carry ourselves from the tutelage of the men above us, we understand how not to get in those situations. And at the same time, they understand that we shouldn't be approached in that manner at the same time as well. And Salaki, if I may, did you get John? Can I get John 13 and 34?
God, that's the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
And what color are these letters in?
Red.
These are red letters, meaning that these are the words of Christ. Christ had to come and show us the spirit behind the law. This is a new commandment, but if you kept commandments, if we understood the commandments from before, we will understand that this is inherently in there. But Christ had to come and show us how it's supposed to go, how to play it, basically. Put the spirit behind it. And you have to love your brother. Love your brother just like you love yourself, just like Christ loved you. That's the love you have to have for each other. Right. That's a love where if you step on my Jordans or my ones, you don't have to worry about getting killed. Right. You don't have to worry about that because that's vanity in the first place. Loving something that we create over something that the Lord has created is already going on.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a new commandment that Christ came down and gave us just to show us how we should feel about each other, how we should be playing, how we should relate to one another. If I could get Matthew 5:22. Get that with you.
Come, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
So basically, it's telling us we need to, when we deal with our brothers, everything that we need to know is in these scriptures. Everything that we need to know is in the scriptures. We can't just be going off a whim on how we deal with each other. We need to understand there's a certain procedure and protocol behind everything, because we can offend each other. We're still people. We still have to relate, but we don't have to execute a judgment on one another. We don't have to harshly we don't have to wrong get angry, Salakia, and do something that will cause us to err in the sight of the Lord. You had anything?
Yeah, Khan. What the brother's bringing out is heavy. So okay, let me ask y'all this, right? Does the scripture say you can't be angry with your brother? Don't say that, right? What does it say? Read it again, huh?
Khan, verse 22. But I say unto you, whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause,
What? Without his what?
Without a cause.
Without a what?
Without a cause.
So it says, it doesn't say whoever is angry with his brother. It says whoever is angry with his brother without a cause. We men, right? We brothers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, brothers have disagreements. We can debate. We can disagree. We can have things where I may not. You say you like red. I don't like. You say you like blue. I don't like blue. I like red. Well, I don't. Well, why you like red? I don't like red. I like blue. Well, hey, I don't like blue. I like red. And you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm mad that you don't like blue. I'm mad that you don't like red. What that mean? You understand? Right. It's no sweat. That's okay. Now, if I say I walk in, let's say I walk in the classroom. You haven't done nothing. What's your name, brother? Abe, young man Abe, right? I walk in the class. You ain't done nothing wrong to me. You ain't done nothing to me. You understand? And I just come in, you say, hey, how you doing, Officer Hopper? Now you try to dab me up. I'm like, man, I'm trying to dab you up, man. You understand? Like, you ain't done nothing wrong to me. And I'm just angry for no reason at you. That is totally against the scriptures. That's totally against the Most High. You have to have a cause, first of all. Now, with that cause, there is a protocol on how you handle that. Like Officer DeWarriala said, there's a certain protocol on how you go by doing it. You don't just come to that man, I got a problem with you, and just slap him. I got a problem with you, just punch him. No, that's not how we do things. You understand what I'm saying? According to the scriptures. There's a way that you handle things. We're going to get into it later, but there's a certain way you handle things. I just wanted to put emphasis on the part where it's nothing wrong with being angry with your brother or sister. It's nothing wrong with being angry, but you have to have a cause. If you've done me wrong, I have a problem. Now, I'm angry at you. I have an issue with you. I have an ought with you. You understand? If you've done me wrong, I have an ought with you. We could talk about it. We could discuss it and figure it out. But right now, I got an ought with you because you've angered me. You've done something wrong to me. But I can't be angry without a cause. Stepping on my shoe is not a cause for me to go wait till you come out the club and shoot you up. That's not a cause for that. The goal is to gain a brother, not lose a brother. We have this thing where we want to love the other nations. We want to love the white man. You understand what I'm saying? But soon as our brother do, and they've been torturing us and oppressing us for 400 plus years.
Right.
But we still want to love them. But I'd rather do one little thing. You step on my shoes. Yeah, I know they my fresh little. I know I just got these fire red 5s, and you just put a little scuff on them. Now I want to kill you.
Right.
You understand? It's not that serious. Your brother's life is not worth a little scuff on your Jordans, on a pair of $200 Jordans. Is that worth your brother's life? You understand? It's not worth it.
Right.
You understand? So now the part about the rakah, because that may be people don't understand what that means. Keep reading.
Con one con. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council.
Now, what do you think that means when it says, whosoever shall say to his brother Rakah? What is that?
1 second, sir.
I'm gonna give it to you for time's sake. That's cursing your brother, not cussing, not saying a cuss word. I'm not saying if you. That's not that. It's a judgment. It's you cursing, saying like, man, you die. I hope something happened to you. You're cursing. CURSING, not cussing. Right. Cursing. You're praying for. It's like you're wishing something bad to happen for your brother. Right. You understand what I'm saying? All because you're angry without a cause. Man, I hope you go out and get hit by a bus. You understand what I'm saying? That's not you doing stuff like that. You'll be in danger of the council. And I.S.U.P.K, we have a structure set up to where you are out of protocol. You're going to be in danger of the council. And every brother in this school know what that means. Hey, give me a call. You understand? Nobody want to hear it in that tone. We would prefer to hear, hey, if you could give me a call. You understand? Not that, hey, I need you to call me right now. They don't want to hear it like that. You're in danger of the council when you get those type of calls. You understand? So, or, hey, dial this number, General Muhammad on the line. You understand what I'm saying? You get that. You're in danger of the council, right? So you don't want to curse your brother. You don't want to wish nothing bad upon them. You don't, all because of just being emotional. And I.S.U.P.K, we teach our men not to, there's a difference from being emotional and acting on emotions. Every human being has emotions. Let's not act like we're robots, right? You're gonna have emotions. But as men, we don't act like females. Right. Women act on their emotions every single time. I know everybody, y'all deal with women, right? Y'all understand. Any little thing, they're gonna act on those emotions, right? Well, we can't do that as men. We have to stay solid. We have to stay disciplined. And you may feel some type of way, but you have to remain calm and disciplined and make the rational decision on how to deal with that matter. You understand? And that's with anything. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move forward. Go ahead. Unless you want to add something else. Do your thing.
La.
Don't sound crazy.
You could finish that out though if you want. Officer Ron.
Con. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. So
basically, if you just automatically just dismissing your brother, just saying, you know what, like you ain't, I'm so angry that you know what, I ain't got nothing to hear about what you talking about. Mm-hmm. You ain't saying nothing. Right. You ain't got nothing to say, and you in danger of a very harsh judgment from the Lord. Mm-hmm. Because we understand that this isn't our first time here on the earth. You come back, and when you come back, it can be much worse. Right. It can get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse every time. If I could, Baba Kashad, get Luke 6:31.
Con, this is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 31. And as ye would that, Salaki, and as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
This is easy. You treat others as you want to be treated. Mm. I'm not gonna sleep with my brother's wife if I don't want nobody to sleep with my wife. Right. I'm not gonna rob my brother if I don't want no one to rob me. Right. It's a very simple one. Mm-hmm. And these letters, these are the words of Christ right here. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you right now, these letters are in red. These are Christ's words telling us that treat your brother the same way you want to be treated. If you just like on even on some simpler levels, like if I know if I'm out and I ain't got no money and we in Six Flags and everybody having fun, I'm not gonna. I never would want to be put on blast. I would want, you know what, my brother, go ahead and if I see one of my brothers looking like they can't have fun and partake, I'm not gonna put them on blast. I'm gonna probably try to slide them. So I'm gonna tell them to holler at me, or you got to go to the bathroom or something. Throw them some cash, or you know what, just come back with something for him. Or if brother hungry, I'm gonna make sure he eats.
Right.
I'm not gonna eat a big meal while my brother's sitting next to me hungry.
Right.
Because I wouldn't want no one to do that to me. It's gonna make me want to move around. I'm not gonna want to ask. You know, if you hurting, if you certain type of brothers, they got a certain pride about them where they not gonna feel comfortable saying, let me go and get something about you every time they see you. Or if they hurting. I gotta understand that about my brother and look out for them. It don't have to be the most dire situation. It could be something as minuscule as that. I could just have a water and we out in 100-degree weather, and I know that my brother thirsty. I see him sweating. I'm not gonna just drink a whole ice cold water in front of him. Right. I'm gonna look out for my brother because that's how I would want to be treated.
Right.
You got anything you want to add?
No, you did your thing on that one.
If I could, let me get John 15 and 12.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
This is a commandment of the Lord. This isn't an option. This isn't do it if you want to. If you say that you are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you have to love your brother as the Lord loves you. The Lord chose you above all nations of the earth.
Right.
So you have to prefer your brother above all nations of the earth. Right. You can't just do it sometimes out here. This is every time type thing.
Damn right. Damn right.
And if I could, you had anything you want to go on this? Matthew 18 and 21. Baba Kasha.
Come, this is the book of Matthew.
If you could, start at 15.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
So now, earlier, remember I was saying we're going to get into the protocol on how to deal with your brother, right? So you don't want to be angry with your brother without a cause, but let's say you have a cause. Well, read that again, Art.
Con. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him and his fault between thee and him alone.
So now, if you got a problem with your brother, you go tell another brother and tell him all about the situation, and you know, without even going to that brother. Is that what you're supposed to do?
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Between thee and him what?
Alone.
You understand? Not in front of everybody. Not where the world can hear you, where you can embarrass the brother. Not in front of his wife. Not in front of his friends. Not in front of his children. You understand? Go tell him his fault between you and him alone. Now, be a man. We men. You understand? We're soldiers. Don't be all that passive aggressive stuff. Don't be doing all that. You understand? You got an issue. I want a brother to come to me. You understand? Come to me. Don't be afraid. Don't be listen. We are soldiers, and we fighting in the same army. We are fighting for one cause, and that is to get a crown. That is to build this kingdom up here on earth. You understand? For Yahawashi when he come, so he can reign on the throne, and we can serve him, right? So guess what? If you got a problem with me, don't hold that in. I tell all my brothers, I don't give a damn what your rank is. I don't care if you a trooper. I don't care if you're a young man. If you have an issue, brotherhood don't have rank. You understand? The rules of brotherhood don't apply. It's not rank. Now, if a brother is higher ranking than you, of course, you don't want to. It's a way you do it. You don't just disrespect the brother. You come to him, you understand, in a respectful way and respect the rank, but tell him his fault. Hey, Salakia, sir, you know, the way that got handled, I don't really like how, no sweat. That's how you supposed to handle that. And that's how, look, even in the world, when I was in the world, I respect the man to come to me and tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you got an issue with me. I didn't respect the man that went behind my back. I respected the man. Even if I disagree with you, at least I can respect you as a man. You come to me and tell me whatever issue we got, you come talk to me about it. Because I damn sure going to come to you. Go ahead.
And what the I don't want to saying is so heavy because this is speaking on your approach, how you approach a brother. Because if you approach wrong, now problems can compound on problems. We could have a new problem. You go tell my business to another brother, and now people talking about me behind my back. Right. That could be bigger than the original issue itself.
Damn right.
And now it could be beyond repair.
It will get bigger than the original issue. That's the reason not to do it. Okay. Is we trying to avoid it being. Right. We're trying to avoid it getting here, right, when we can keep it contained here, and it don't have to go no further than this. We're trying to stop it from. That's why we don't want you to hold no. That's why you don't want to hold it in. Let it out immediately, because if you harp on the scriptures say, be angry and sin not. Don't let the sun go down upon your anger. Right. If I got an issue with you and I don't say nothing to you today, guess what? It's going to be on my mind tonight when I go to sleep. So the next day when I wake up, it's still on my mind. Now it's on my mind heavier than what it was the day before. So now when I see you, I really ain't messing with you at all. Now I'm looking at you like, man, dude right here. Right. Man. You know what I mean? You don't want that. You don't want that with your brother, man. Come to that brother. And it's not that brother's job to come to you if you got a problem with him. Right. You can't expect him to come to you. You got the problem, you go to him. That's what the scriptures say. You understand? Keep reading.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
Now, it like what he brought out earlier in Matthew, what was that 5:22? You understand where it says, I could have the scripture wrong, but I'm paraphrasing where it says, that you call him a fool. Like you ain't really trying to hear your brother come to you. You like, fool. You understand? You ain't trying to hear nothing. You gotta say, man, I ain't worried about none of that. That means you're not trying to gain a brother. That brother come to you with a legitimate issue that he had with you, even if it's not. I don't want to say if it's not legitimate. Even if you don't feel like it's a real big thing, he feel like it's a big thing. So if you don't feel like it's a big thing, then there's nothing to say. Hey man, it ain't even like that, man. I ain't mean that. It ain't no big deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's, now if you can't be act like a female either. So let's say you go to a brother and he didn't even think it was a big deal from the beginning. You did. You say, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I don't like how you handled that. And he say, hey man, it ain't no big deal. My bad. I didn't even know it was like that. I didn't even know you felt like that. That's my fault. You can't be like, well, you should know I felt like that. And da. He said, my bad. What more do you want? You understand? Don't be a female and be all extra with it. If the brother say, my bad, Salakia, or I ain't even know it was that big of a deal, that's my fault, man. We good. Ain't no thing. Then y'all good at that point. It should be, all right, Most High, I appreciate you for understanding. And then now you've gained a brother. So now your relationship is probably going to be, from moving forward from that point on, going to be stronger than what it was before. Because now okay, I could actually go to this brother and tell him I got an issue when I do have an issue. And the way he handled that with such grace, you understand, with such, you know what I mean? Like, Most High grace. Like, I can, man, that brother, a cool brother. That's my brother, man. Now you happy to die for your brother. That's my brother, man. That brother's a good brother. So now you're not looking at him with that side eye. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you looking at him, dude, soon as he walk in the room, you like, dude, it is dude though. You know what I'm saying? Now when you walk in the room, like, hey, what's up, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. Go ahead.
Like if I may, sir. Even to jump off what the Adawan said, don't be a female. We understand that the nature of men and women are different. Mm-hmm. But even this applies to sisters as well. If a sister comes to you, if a sister has enough strength to come to you respectfully and tell you like a problem that she has with you, don't dismiss that. Listen to that sister. And we know you gonna be in your feelings. We understand that.
Mhm.
But if go back and tell your other one, and he should understand the scriptures enough to explain to you that you know what, this sister did the right thing,
Right.
and you should respect her for that, and go back and tell her that you appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm right.
So that way she understands that, okay, I wronged my sister. I told her, I had an issue with my sister. I told her what the issue was, and we can get past it. Because this is, we are all one body.
Mm-hmm.
If my wife has issues, then I got issues.
Right.
Because she not handling what I needed to handle.
Right.
So we need everybody to understand that this is a universal thing right here. It says go to that brother, but a sister, you can go to that sister and do the same thing.
Damn right. Keep reading. Verse 16. Start from the top.
Verse 16. But if he will not hear thee,
Mm-hmm.
then take thee with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established.
So now, if he do end up saying, "Oh man, you fool, I ain't trying to hear what you got to say." Now, if he don't hear you, then guess what? There's a protocol on that, and that's why having the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA is so important and so essential to us in how we deal with each other and having that structure. Because outside of the I.S.U.P.K, you don't have no 2 or 3 more people you can go to. Guess what? You're gonna have people that's on your side, and that brother gonna have people that's on his side. You're gonna go to people that's gonna be on your side no matter what.
Right.
They're not gonna decipher, oh, you were wrong. Now, even if you do have a homeboy that may say, "Oh, bro, you was kind of messed up," he's still gonna ride for you. You understand? Well, guess what? In the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA, ain't no respect of persons when judgment is getting passed. Ain't no respect of persons. If a brother go to, if I got an issue with a brother and the brother don't want to hear me, guess what? I go to Captain Yatazak. Captain Yatazak is gonna decipher who is right and who is wrong and gonna issue out a judgment based on that. It's not gonna be, all right, I favor you, Officer Happen. Now that brother, I don't really know that young man, so you were right and he was wrong. And no, it's not gonna be like that. Wrong, guess what? I'm gonna get the hell. I'm gonna catch hell. Hey, you know what? This is what I need you to do. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be no. You know, I probably will get it worse than the brother, especially if it's a younger man. I'm gonna get it worse than I'm a higher rank. Ain't no respect of persons here in the I.S.U.P.K.
Like
You understand? Go ahead.
And to even jump on that further, we understand that right now we live in a world that's ran by the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
There is a respect of persons in the judicial system that we are a part of right now.
Right.
That's what we are experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm.
You could do a life sentence for the smallest thing as a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, but somebody that has damaged the earth, did an oil spill and polluted the whole ocean, or stole hundreds of millions of dollars from this corporation or this corporation, they could get off scot-free, or be a pedophile, or just be have sex trafficking of sisters. These people are getting off scot-free every day because they have no righteous leadership. There's no righteous judgment. That's what the earth is missing right now.
Right.
And that's what we here in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA are here to bring back.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Again, it says take the 1 or 2 more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word may be established. You bring that to somebody who can judge the matter fairly. Right. And in the I.S.U.P.K, we have that structure. Keep reading.
Verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. Mm-hmm. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican.
Okay, so now at this point, if you go to the next highest ranking man to judge the matter, and and let's say you that brother don't want to hear that. You got a problem with that brother, you go to tell him, he say, man, I ain't trying to hear you. So you go get the man above y'all, and that man say, hey brother, you was wrong. You offended that brother. You need to go ahead and make that right with that brother. And that brother just say, he just firm on what he feel, man. I don't feel I was wrong, to hell with what you talking about too. Well, guess what? You understand? At that point, now you take it higher. Now you're going to now we're going to the generals. Now we're going to the council, right? And if that brother still say, man, I done heard it from him, I done heard it from Captain Yatizak, I done heard it from the generals, I still ain't feel like I was wrong. Y'all wrong. Guess what? It said treat him like a what?
A heathen man and a publican.
Let him be like a heathen man. Now, how do we treat the heathen? Can a heathen come in this school?
La
Can a heathen come to the cookouts?
la
Can a heathen come to the Passover?
la
Well, then you will be treated as such. You can't come to the school. In other words, you will be kicked out the school. You will be treated like the heathen. You can't come to the events. You don't want to hear nothing. In the mouth of 5 witnesses, you were wrong, and you still ain't trying to hear it. You just, at that point, you're just not trying to hear. You're not trying to be a brother. You're not trying to, you understand? And Lord willing, it never get to that point. But the point is there's protocol on how to deal with things. We never want to let it get to that point. We don't want to go past Matthew 18 and 15. Everybody understands, right? Let's try to keep it at Matthew 18, 15. You understand? All right, so now drop down to 21. I'm gonna let Officer DeWar y'all go ahead and break that down.
Connor one con. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. Mm-hmm. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times?
Hold on right there. So this Peter coming to Yahushua, asking him like, hey, like he about fed up right now. Like he's like, like, hey, this it's getting tough right here. How long am I supposed to let it slide? Like, how long am I supposed to just let it? I'm supposed to let it ride like 7 times. I'm supposed to just let him get over 7 times. Like, go ahead.
Come, verse 22. Yahushua saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
And then Yahushua, of course, just being, the greatest man to ever walk the earth, mm-hmm. He just laced them right quick and told them like, not 7 times, but 70 times 7, mm-hmm. Which is basically saying like it don't stop. Mm-hmm. You keep forgiving your brother. Right. You keep being a brother to that brother, mm-hmm. Because he understands that brotherhood is what we are missing as a nation. Mm-hmm. Brotherhood is what keeps the strength at our gates. Right. Brotherhood is what keeps police from kicking your door in. Mm. That's what brotherhood ultimately does. It brings strength back to your nation. It keeps you from dishonoring yourself by doing something wrong to your brother. Mm-hmm. It stops a woman from committing adultery. Mm. It don't even matter if a sister could be in her feelings. She could be mad, and she could come to you like, "Hey, I ain't even with him no more. I don't, I ain't feeling him no more. I've been feeling you. Let's go ahead and just get it done." Good night. Brotherhood is the only thing that's going. You could be a test for you right there on the spot. Mm. And the only thing that's going to get you to pass that test is brotherhood. Right. That's the only way you're going to pass.
Good night. So like if I could, man. With the preset, I mean, good night. That is extremely heavy because in the world, we don't have no brotherhood. Right. You understand what I mean, right, brother? You get what I'm saying? Because if a sister come to you ready to give up the box, the sister got a man. In the world, though, sure, I'm trying to, hey, you want to come and you just throwing it at me. You understand? I'll give you that shoulder for you to cry on. Right. You got a problem with your man? Come tell me all about it. Here, have this drink. Right. Come talk to me. Come tell me about it. You understand? And next thing you know, you understand, you throw on some damn Sir Charles, whatever you like to. I just threw Sir Charles out there. Yes, I throw on some Jodeci or something. Me personally, you understand. And next thing you know, hey, you're getting it in. Right. You understand, and you have no thought about that man or that brother. You understand? Don't even know. She could be coming to you telling you this is what happened, and she could be lying just to get some meat, right. Some different meat. Right. Just to be a whore. And like the brother said, brotherhood is the only thing that's gonna stop that, because you're gonna say, hey sis, Salakia, but you got a husband. Right. You need to go to your husband. I ain't got nothing here for you. Ain't nothing here for you. Don't come crying to me. You go tell that to you. But he said, hey, tell that to him. What make that right with that man? You lay with him. You open your legs to that man. That's your man for life. You understand? We need to understand. We tell our women not to be whores, but we are responsible for that. As men, we whore them out. If we stop sleeping with the whores, guess what? What's the result of that? If we stop sleeping with whores, then what? What that mean? They won't be whores. Right. They can't be whores. Right. Who are they gonna sleep with then? Whores is when you sleeping with multiple men. If men stay firm, unless she go sleep with a heathen, they'll, what I'm saying, they'll whore out quick. But as a brother, we talking about brotherhood. Right. As Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we can't whore out our women, man. Right. And that's being a whoremonger. And guess what? They'll stop being whores. The daughter of Israel will stop being whores if you don't give them a chance. Then who they gonna turn to? They're gonna want to meet, and they're gonna go back to their man to get the meat. You can't get it from me. You understand? You got a husband, sis. You sleep, and on top of that, I don't want to sleep with you. That man has been all up in you. Right. I don't want that box. You understand what I'm saying? I want a fresh box. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? I want a box that has been marinating for a year or two. You understand? And we establish something and be fresh. You understand? That's what I want. I don't want no box that just been going around, passed around, and anytime you get mad, you just want to, I just want to go to the next man and let me just go. No, brotherhood is going to prevent that. Brotherhood is a weapon, and that's what we need to understand. All right, so I'll keep reading for you. All right, verse 22. So Christ said, okay, Salakia. So what's the next? We done on that one.
Yeah, if I could just give Mark 12 and 31, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mark 12 and 31.
Come.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is like, namely this.
All right, Salakia, I'll read it for you. This is the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31. And the second is like, namely this. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as...
Today's society take these words that were written aforetime to mean the same thing as they mean today, but they don't. When it says neighbor, it don't mean whoever living right next door to you. When this says neighbor, these people were living next to their brothers, to their kinsmen according to the flesh. So when this says neighbor, it's talking about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's not talking about every nation on the earth. It's not talking about everybody mixed and mingled, staying together in a high rise or in the project. You got that one white friend that stay in the projects a couple houses down with you, who they hoop a little bit and they freestyle. So that's your boy. No, it's not talking about them. It says love your brothers, your Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American brothers and sisters as thyself. Continue, sir.
Mm-hmm. No sweat. There is none other commandment greater than these.
I can't, that's this once again is Yahawashi speaking himself, telling you that there is no commandment greater than these. There's no commandment other than loving your brother and your sister as yourself. Because when you do that, things naturally fall in order. You naturally don't whore out women. You don't whore out, even if it's not your blood relative, you're not going to do that to your sister because you love her as yourself.
Right.
Even if you see her in a low state where she's throwing it at you, as I don't want to say, you're not going to do that because you care about herself. You don't want her to do herself in that. You don't want to be a whoremonger.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want her to become a whore. And not only on top of that, you don't want to be a whoremonger. So you're not going to do that. You're not going to play it like that. You're going to, you're going to treat her as a daughter, as you would treat your daughter or your mother. You're going to treat her as somebody who you have the most regard for, like yourself. This Christ can't say no, there's no commandment greater than this.
Right.
If you had anything you want to ask.
Oh, that was it. Damn right, man. Most High in Christ, you understand? And that's what we teach. That is the I.S.U.P.K. stance on brotherhood, man. and how we need to be as Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans with each other. You understand? There's really no greater love than loving your brother like yourself. If you love because if you love yourself, you gonna let something happen to yourself? Who can care for you better than yourself?
Right.
You understand? Who can look out for you better than yourself? Well, guess what? You treat your brother better than yourself. You understand? Because you treat your brother like it's yourself. If you lay your life down for your brother, then what? Like it's absolutely pointless to go as far as to lay your life down for your brother if you're not gonna like. If you don't love him? Like
Right.
who's gonna do? Like it just doesn't make sense. You understand that there's no greater thing to do than lay your life down for your friend, which is your brother.
Right.
You understand? All right. So now, with that, I want to go into. Got about 30 minutes or so. You understand? What I want to go into first is I want to talk about how, I want to expound more on how we should be, how the men should be. You understand what I'm saying? And what we need to do is be more like how the Most High is. Right. What I mean by that is, or be more like how Christ is, because Christ is like of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High is a man of war.
Right.
So guess what? We can't be weak. We can't be effeminate. We can't be soft. We have to be warriors. That's how we need to be as men. Can't be no other way. You understand? This is the army of the Lord. We don't say that for no reason. You can't be how can I put it? In the army of the Lord, you can't do what the women do.
Right.
You have to do what the men do. If you go into Esau's army, you're going to see the men have a certain thing that they do, and you're going to have to see women doing a certain thing. Now, even though they try to have the women as far as, trying to fight in the battlefield or whatever, but what do you see most women doing mostly during the war? You see them nurses, you understand what I'm saying, right, doing things like that, not really doing the hard part of the fighting and all this other stuff.
And if I may, sir,
go ahead.
So, like, if I may, sir, even in Esau's army, he didn't want homosexuals at first. The feminine, if Esau, who is a homosexual himself, don't want homosexuals in his army, why would who is a man of war, who was no effeminate, even an effeminate man can't make it into the kingdom, why would he want a homosexual or anyone with woman-like tendencies? So, like, I just want to
right, yeah, no sweat. I mean, you'll be a liability on the battlefield. You understand? You want strong men like David, men of old. You understand? If you go read the scriptures, the Bible says what was written aforetime was written for our learning. So you go read about all these strong men like Samson and, you know what I'm saying, of the Bible, David. You understand? You know what I'm saying? This is who you're supposed to model your life after. This is who you want to be. All right, so now let's get Zephaniah 2:1 real quick. Because before you can even be a warrior, you have to understand that you need your comrades. You understand? You need your men in arms with you. You can't go out will America go send their soldiers to Iraq, one soldier? Would America send one soldier to Iraq to fight in the war against terrorism? They're gonna send troops with the S. Plural, fleets, you understand what I'm saying? Warships and everything else to come in warplanes and everything else to fight that. They're not going to just send one soldier. They're going to send comrades with him, right? In any war, you're never going to see a bunch of people on this side and one person on the other side. You need to have your comrades, you understand? So get that for me real quick.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Gather yourselves together. That's the first thing we need to do. We need to assemble. We need to assemble this army together. You understand? We can't do it alone. In the world, yeah, I was one deep. I ain't really messed with too many people. I stayed to myself. I did my thing. I couldn't trust nobody. Well, guess what? According to the Bible, we need to come together. We need to be able to trust each other. We need to be able to, you know what I'm saying? I need to be able to know you got my back, I got your back. We need to come together, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. That's the first order of business. We can't have an army one deep. You understand? Gather yourselves together. Let's not worry about the other nations. Look, Black people need to understand. Let's take a break from trying to do the most for the other nations.
Right.
Let's try something different.
Right.
Let's just take a break from it. Let's figure this thing out, and let's come together with our people and try to figure out what can we do for each other. Let's just take a break from going all in for the other nations. All right, gather yourselves together, and you are the nation that's not desired on this earth.
Right.
Who else is getting dealt with the way we get dealt with? Who else is dealing with police brutality? Who else is in the ghettos being strung out on drugs and kicking in doors and robbing and stealing and doing all these things? Who else is going through the oppression and poverty and stuff that we're going through? Who else is going through that? Nobody. So guess what? You can tell that we are the nation on this earth that's not desired. You understand? So we need to come together. If we know we're the common enemy to the enemy, right? If we know our oppressor is against us and we are not desired on this earth, the only way we're gonna survive, the only way we're gonna be, the only way we're gonna make it in this is together.
Right.
It goes back to the saying, united we stand, divided we fall. We separate. Then guess what? It's so easy to be conquered when you're separate. Even on the battlefield, if I see a group of guys over here and I see one straggler, who you think I'm going for first? You think I'm finna go into the midst of the big crowd and fight? I'm gonna take out this straggler, get him out the way. That's one less soldier that I have to deal with. So guess what? But if we stand together, there is strength in numbers. But in certain instances, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes numbers don't mean nothing when it come down to these fake Israelite groups, because they got 1 million brothers, but they don't have the truth. I.S.U.P.K, we have 5 brothers on the corner, and we as powerful as can be. Ain't nobody messing with us. But when it comes to as a whole, we need to be together as a people, as a nation. Because guess what? We suffer together, right? I suffer for when one of y'all mess up, I suffer too. The Most High don't say, okay, well, the war y'all are messed up, the war y'all are suffer. No, he do that, but we all suffer too. As a nation, that's why we're going through the curses. We're going through the curses together. So why would I be, if we're going to go through the punishment together, we might as well fight together too. Might as well gather together too, so we can reap the benefits together, right? Go ahead.
Don't come. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day of the Lord anger come upon you.
Right. So you got to understand the fierce anger of the Lord is going to come upon us, man. Like it's a command to come together. This ain't no, you have a choice to come together. It says gather yourselves together before the fierce anger of the Lord. That's a decree. Right. Yeah, you do understand. That's Zephaniah saying, look, the Most High, this is what he wants. He don't want us to be separate. You understand? So first we got to gather together as men. Get the comrades together. Let's assemble. Let's assemble the Lord's army. You understand? One brother at a time. Let's get it together, right? Keep going.
Come. Verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment.
Now, seek ye the Lord. That's another thing. We're going to gather together. We're going to come together. And guess what? Seek the Most High. You understand? We got to do this. We got to have a moral compass. We can't just come together with no structure. We can't just come together and be like, okay, we all gather together in the room. What's next? Okay, now seek the Lord. Follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Read the Bible. Follow what the Lord has set forth for us to do. You got all these other groups, anything from gangs. Right? Gangs, they got brother. I ain't gonna say they got brotherhood, but they got numbers. They got men that come together, say we're gonna do this, we together, we run together. You know what I'm saying? You this, I'm that. We, it's blood, crip, whatever, right? But they don't seek the Lord. They don't have that moral compass. So the things that they might partake in will lead to their destruction. Has led to their destruction.
Right.
Black Panthers, they assembled together.
Right.
They were mighty men too. When I say mighty men, I mean they had the zeal to stand for black people. We stand for black people. We got guns. We can fight. We're gonna fight the power, right? What happened to them? What happened to the Black Panthers? Anybody know? Go ahead, Ron.
They were destroyed. They were shut down.
They got shut down. They got infiltrated. Right. You understand? They got infiltrated by who? The CIA, the FBI, the COINTELPRO. They got infiltrated. Why? Because they were doing illegal things.
Right.
They didn't have that moral compass.
Right.
You understand? They didn't seek ye the Lord. Because if you seek the Lord, you're not going to be doing anything that's against the Most High.
Right.
You're not going to be having drugs and illegal guns and all of that. We got guns. Oh, we love guns in the UPK. The scriptures say, sell your garment to go get a sword. You understand what I'm saying? In warfare, in wartime, well, guess what? It ain't going to be no illegal gun.
Right.
If I'm a felon, I'm not going to have a gun. You're not going to get me up on charges. I'm not going to do anything that's detrimental to my brothers. This all revolves around brotherhood. Being a man of the Lord revolves around being a brother to your brothers. You understand? So right now, basically what I'm giving you the rundown on is everything that a man needs to be in order to, do how we should be in this life. Every day is warfare.
Right.
Everywhere we go is a battleground for warfare. This is a spiritual war that we fight right now. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal right now.
Right.
It's a spiritual warfare. So anytime we step out that door, that house, even in the house, it's warfare. You fighting a battle against your wife sometimes and your kids. It's all out warfare in the house that you fight against. Them demons you got to fight, me and the brother, you know what I'm saying? Them demons, that's warfare.
Right.
You do understand, right? So guess what? You have to be of sound mind. You have to be on one accord with the Most High, right. Meaning following these scriptures. Right. It's the only thing that's going to help you fight these demons. It's the only thing that's going to help you be a brother to your brothers, and it's the only thing that's going to keep you from destruction.
Right.
You want this arm. We need this armor to be tight, well-oiled machine. We don't need no distractions. What do a fighter do? Does a fighter go out and have sex the night before a fight? Why? Because guess what? Now you creating a weakness when there was strength. Mm-hmm. You got to do all this sparring and fighting and training and all of that. Then you go have sex. Now you don't have the same strength that you had before you had that fight. Now you're going to get beat up. All because of some box. No distractions. Right. No cowards, no excuses either. Warfare is serious business. So we can't have these distractions. So you have to prepare. The only way you're going to do that is by studying these scriptures, by following the men above you, by having a structure. And that structure is the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. It's been there since 1969. You understand what I'm saying?
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
And just to jump on what the outer one was saying, these other fake Israelite groups know that they got the 12 tribes chart from us. They say that. But they departed from us. So they technically are not seeking the Lord. The Lord gave them the information from us, but they separated from the body. They have to come back. Commanding General YAHANNA has told all of them to come together, gather themselves together. Mm-hmm. That is brotherhood right there. That is true brotherhood. He's not saying, oh, y'all left, y'all done. He's saying, come back. Come back. He's telling them to seek ye the Lord. So like that's all I want.
Keep reading.
Khan, sir. Verse 3: Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, mm-hmm. which have wrought his judgment. Mm-hmm. Seek righteousness, seek meekness.
Now, why is it saying seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth?
Right.
Why is it saying that? Like, why is it specifying all ye meek of the earth? What is meekness? Look it up. Somebody look up meekness or meek. What is it to be meek? There's a reason why it's saying seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth. Go ahead.
This is meek, quiet, gentle, and easily imposed on.
Easily what?
Imposed on.
Now, I'm going to read it again. It says, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth. Why is it not saying seek ye the Lord and just leaving it at that? It's specifying all ye meek of the earth. Why is it saying that? You give it a shot. Anybody? Don't be afraid to give it a shot, man. You want to give it a shot, give it a shot. There's no wrong answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by there's no wrong answers is If you say it and it's not the right answer, I'll just correct you. And we learning. You know, I like to be interactive in my classes, so I like to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? So that way, it let me know that we here. You let me know you learning. Go ahead, Ron.
Well, it's saying that because we're referred to as sheep, and when you look at the characteristics of a sheep, they're gentle, they're quiet, and they're easily led.
Okay, that's
You know what I'm saying? So I guess when it's talking about meek, it's talking about us.
It's definitely talking about us, but it's talking about a specific. I don't want to give it to you. It's a reason why it says all the meek. Seek ye the Lord, all the meek of the earth. It's definitely talking about us. But the reason why it's saying meek, I'm gonna give it to you. You want to give it a shot? Go ahead.
It's basically saying those of us who have been humbled. We are out here hurt. We out here hurting.
That's it.
We out here hurting in these streets. We out here sleeping. Just coming to class today, I'm seeing my brothers and sisters under the bridge with a tent. Weren't not like they digging in trash. So it's telling them the only thing that's gonna get you out of that state is seeking the Lord.
Okay, and the reason why, more specifically, why it's saying all the meek is because what are we known as Israelites? What are we known as in the Bible? What are we referred to as? I'm gonna see if I ain't gonna be surprised if you get it, but I'm gonna see if you got it. I see you picking up the mic. You want to give it a shot, Ron? What are we referred to as? Okay, I'm trying to give you a hint without giving it to you. As far as like, think of the context, right? The context is seeking the Lord, like following the Lord, following, you understand, this truth, right? Seeking the truth. We like think about it as a priest when you go out to camp and you teaching people. Is everybody going? You want to give it a shot? You got your hand up, your pa? Give her the mic.
Stiff neck people.
Give her a hand. Good night. Hey, this is represent, man. That's the house of house right now. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. It's a stiff neck. We are a stiff neck people. Right. So guess what? It's saying, "Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth," because there's gonna be people who just don't want to accept it. Well, but felt the oppression of the white man, who knows the white man is the devil, who understands that there's no other way I can get through this without seeking the Lord. That's who you seek. Right. Everybody ain't built for this truth. Right. And everybody can't be in this truth. And Christ wasn't trying to get everybody to follow. Right. And as priests and prophets of the Lord in the I.S.U.P.K, I'm not trying to force you to do anything. Right. I'm going to teach you what you need to know. If you don't want to listen, no sweat, brother. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Shalom, do your thing. If you want to listen, Most High in Christ, come to class. Get in all black, and y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Everybody understands, right? Seek ye the Lord, all the meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgments, who understands the Lord's judgment, who knows, hey, look, I'm going through these curses. I got this diabetes. I need to get my life right. I need to listen to them brothers that teach that class I've seen online. I need to listen to that brother. Like you said, you've been watching us for about 6 weeks, right? It's something that clicked in your head. Something that said, man, things ain't just been going right. I don't know, how old you are, but I know I'm 32, and I know I was doing things my way for a while, right? And I knew it's something about how I was doing things it wasn't getting it done. Right. I've been in the truth for 3 years now, 3.5 years, and things are starting to shake now. Things are starting to move how they need to move now. So I knew I was doing, so I didn't know what the hell I was doing. The first thing I need to understand is I don't know shit. Right. I don't know nothing, and I need to learn. You understand? As a grown man, I knew I didn't know shit. Because look where I was in life. Now I'm learning. I still ain't there, but I'm learning. Now I see progress. I got my family, you understand, in class. My daughters I just thank the Lord for this truth. You know what I'm saying? They're being raised up righteously. You understand? My wives, everything is starting to run smooth. Now, it ain't all peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you finna get in this truth and everything just finna be like, no. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. But it's way better than what was going on when I was in the world. Right. You understand? So that's what we need to do as men. We need to gird our loins. We need to stop being so stiff-necked. We need to be meek and be humble and seek the Lord. You understand? First, we gather together. Get all that pride off you. You understand? Seek the Lord. Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Take orders. It's okay. You're a grown man. We understand. Hey, man, I'm grown. Man, put that pride aside. Because I know if I can do it, I know for sure any brother can do it. Because the men above me will tell you, yeah, brother, he wasn't just always, I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to say when I first came into the truth, it was just so easy for me to just follow orders. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Anybody know about I.S.U.P.K going to keep it all the way 1,000. I wasn't just fine. You can just talk to me any kind of way at first. I don't like that. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you, I was being emotional. I'm just going to keep it real. I was so emotional. I was like, man, you telling me that? I don't know what you're talking about. But guess what? I had to learn that these brothers that were above me had my best interest. They knew my best. I didn't know shit. I didn't know what my best interest was. They did. That's why because guess what? They went through it. Now, they may have been able to take orders better than I have. I mean, I'm just me. I'm not saying everybody different. Some brother may come in here and take orders like this. And, it's no sweat. I just so happen to be one of the brothers who was a little bit defiant. But as I grew, you know what I'm saying? As I grew in this truth, now it's, hey, come on, come. It's not hard for me. But that's because in the world, I was the lead. Like, I was the type that gave orders. I was the type that told niggas what to do. So naturally, coming to a spot where the roles reverse, it was like, I don't know about all that. But as I learned, I understood that this was not about me. Mm-hmm. It's not about me. Right. This is about us. And if I have to humble myself in order for us to be better off, that's what it's about sacrifice. So these are the key traits that men need to understand. All right, so now, keep reading.
Come. The middle of verse 3. Seek righteousness. Seek meekness.
Seek that righteousness. Seek that meekness. Be quiet. Don't be so quick to talk. Somebody trying to teach. You can't learn if you're talking. You got to be taught everything. You got to be like born. That's why scripture say be born again. He's like a baby. A baby just do whatever. A baby don't know what to do. You teach the baby everything that the baby needs to know. The baby is just, baby don't come out the womb telling you, nah, I need you to feed me. No, you got to feed the baby. You got to figure out, you got to change the diaper. All the baby can do is cry. It's crying because he can't tell you what I need. My diaper, the boo-boo stuck to my butt. But it can't tell you that. So he got to cry to let you know, okay, it's time for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? So as being born again, you need to be quiet, be taught, and understand that. Seek that righteousness. Seek that meekness. And you can't do it half-heartedly. Right. You can't do it, I kind of want it, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You have to be all the way in, 10 toes down in order for this to work. Put that pride to the side. That's one of our main issues as men. Brother, Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we just got too much pride. You just can't stand for another man to tell you what to do. That's the hard thing for us. But guess what? We have to seek that humbleness. We have to seek that righteousness. That's the only way we're gonna be able to make it. Right. Because as a true soldier follows orders. Right. To be a soldier, it means to follow orders. Humble yourself. Keep going.
Come. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
And it may be you will be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. You do those things, we come together, we follow, seek the meekness, seek that righteousness. You assemble yourself together, be a soldier for the Lord, follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And guess what? When the Lord anger come, and you're gonna be hid. Right. You understand? You'll make it to them chariots. That's what we need to be doing, man. That's how we should be. All right. Now, give me Ezekiel 37:9. Now, we out here doing what the Most High is telling us to do. When we go out to camp, we prophesy to the wind. We go out and we teach these scriptures, we prophesy, and we ain't doing it to a certain demographic of Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We ain't doing it for those who just want to stand out in front of the camp and listen. We're doing it for the wind to pick it up and carry it down the street. So somebody who may just be listening and just hear it. We doing it so somebody just may happen to be scrolling on YouTube and say, "Ooh, what this is?" And they click it and they say, this is interesting. I want to check these brothers out. That's what I did. They when them brothers, the classes that I watched that brought me in the truth, when them brothers were teaching that class, they didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna teach this because I know that brother gonna become officer. How about now he gonna read, come." No, they doing it, they prophesying to the wind. That's what the scriptures say. Read what you got.
Come. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live.
That's what we do. That's the second step in what a man needs to be doing according to the Bible. What we should be doing as soldiers, as priests and prophets of the Lord. We prophesy to the wind. Don't get up there and say, "Oh, I just want to be seen. I just want the camera to be on me." Hell, I don't even like seeing myself. Like, I hate going back and watching classes of myself. I do. I mean, some brothers may like it. It ain't unlawful. I personally just don't like looking at myself on camera. I just don't. I say this all the time too. I get up here, and that's another testament to show you, like, in the world, I would not be all in front of no camera. I just don't like camera. I really don't. But guess what? It ain't about me.
Right.
You understand? I'm doing this because I know somebody gonna be out there watching this class that may come into the truth. That's what I do it for. And I do it, I prophesy to the wind. I don't do it to be seen. I don't do it to get no type of hey man, that was good class. That was no Most High in Christ. That's all the glory goes to the Most High in Christ. I'm doing my duties. I'm doing what the Bible tell me to do. And that's how we all should be. Prophesying to the wind, you understand? And what you do is, we gotta wake up these people, man. We gotta wake up the Lord's army. The only way you're gonna do that is to prophesy to the wind, to teach. You know what I'm saying? Teach these scriptures so that our men can watch these classes, our sisters can watch these classes and become soldiers for the Lord and become virtuous women for the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? So now we got in the kingdom, we got these virtuous sisters cooking up these meals, and we got these soldiers ready to go to war on the battlefield. That's what we're doing. We're building the kingdom here on earth. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them.
What does it mean when it says, and the breath came into them? And it says, breathe upon these slain so that they may, live. And then it says, I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came unto them, and they lived. What is that? What does that mean? Go ahead.
Come. The breath is them coming into keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. They come alive by keeping these laws of these scriptures, these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Coming into the truth.
Coming into the true concept.
Coming into the truth is you finding life. Following the law, statutes, and commandments is life. You understand? And we are teaching. Teaching is that breath. When we breathe upon them, we teaching them these scriptures. And guess what? They receive these scriptures, so they receive that breath now that they can live. Now that they start following and start teaching and, getting raised up and doing, it's the cycle. You understand that now they're in the truth. Now they're living. Because when you dead, when you're not in the truth, you dead to the world. You are dry bones. You are dead. You are walking dead around here. You're a zombie. Now you find this truth. Now all of a sudden you got life. You're like, oh, this is what this is. Now, okay. Now you get raised up. Now you can breathe upon slain. Like my, you know what I'm saying? My brother, Officer DeWarriala. You know what I'm saying? He came in here, did his 90 days, got his name, handled his troopership excellently, if that's a word. You understand? And now he can breathe upon the slain and wake up these dry bones. All from a product of a brother like the men above me and myself breathing upon him. And that's how you raise. It's a cycle. You raise up the dead like that. Like I was raised up by the men above me. So it's the same. So he's going to raise up mighty men up under him. And that's what you want. And Commander General YAHANNA started it off. You understand? Since 1969, when Commander General YAHANNA came around, 84, I believe. You understand? And guess what? From here on out, we built this school up from ground up. And look at now. Keep reading. I'm gonna tell you what we are now and what we're striving to be. And they lived.
And they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
And what?
An exceeding great army.
A what?
An exceeding great army.
Now look what the I.S.U.P. Look what Commander General YAHANNA has built. You understand? It started off. He'll tell you the story. If you ever seen the story on YouTube, he'll tell you the story. It started off with him, and he was fetching chicken for the 7 heads of the men that was teaching him. And then things happened, split happened. He was the only man that hold down the truth by himself. And guess what? He built up a what?
An exceeding great army.
Now we all over the place. We in Texas, Cali, you understand, New York, Chicago, Florida, Atlanta, Carolinas, you understand, Trinidad, Tobago, UK, Brazil. I can keep it going. Now we all over the place. We are what?
An exceeding great army.
You understand? We are an army, and that's how we should be. The Bible uses terms like army. You have to be a soldier in the Lord's army as a man. You have to be a soldier. It says we have to be an exceeding great army, not an exceeding great homosexual fanboy club. You understand? An exceeding great army. That's what we are as men. All right, give me Deuteronomy 22:5. So now, this is law class. This is the law class, so we got to touch on the law. You understand? So now, in the law, it tell you how to look, tell you how to dress, tell you what to, what we supposed to do. That's what I love about the Bible. The Bible gives you all instructions needed. Anything, you don't even have to, like, you follow the Bible, you going to the T, ain't gonna be no problems. Because the Bible is going to tell you everything that you need to do. Read what you got.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So now, first, a woman shall not wear what pertaineth to a man. What? I'm going to ask you. I know you probably want to answer no questions, but I got to ask you because I know they know already. When you hear that scripture, what do you think is saying a woman can't wear? Right, but give me a specific article of clothing that when you hear the scripture, that you think a woman can't wear. Read it again.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So when you hear that and you read that, what article of clothing first pop up in your mind that a woman can't wear? Hold on, go back. That's the first thing. And the reason I did that on purpose, because our people need to understand that the Bible doesn't say a woman can't wear pants. It says specifically, don't wear that which pertaineth to a man. Right. Now, let me ask you this. And by the way, you answer the question like that don't mean you. It just, I needed you to answer that because I know they knew already. I needed you to answer that because everybody, if you're not in the school or you in the world, that's what they're going to automatically think. All right, women or fake Israelites and all of that. Women can't wear no pants, and they teach their women that. You go into these fake Israelites or whatever, they'll teach that. Women can't wear no pants. Don't you wear no pants? It is against God and it's abomination. If you wear pants, you're gonna die. That is not correct according to the Bible. A woman can wear pants. Now, when you go into a store, don't they got different sections for everything? They got man section, they got woman section, they got children's section. Hell, they may even have a section for pets. You want to put on a little outfit for your dog or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's a woman's section. All right. Now, in that woman's section, are there pants in that section? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There are pants in that section. All right. So guess what? There are women pants. Would you believe that? All right. So women can wear women pants. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you see these women straying off, going to the men's section. looking for pants. That is unlawful. Women can't wear that which pertaineth to a man. So if it's in the man section, don't wear it. It's simple. You understand? You see how simple the Bible is? It's not like no complicated. You know, weed smokers, they like to get high and make so if you walk down the aisle and there's a man, it's a pants, it says it's in the man section, but it's on the floor. Can she wear it? Like they just make everything all complicated. Don't make the Bible it's not magical, it's logical. That's why it's the Israelites. It's practical. Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge. Don't go to the men's sections to shop for pants if you're a woman. Right. Wear the little tight, fit pants that for women. And they make the buttons on different sides. I believe the button for the women is usually on the left side. There's certain they make distinctions between women pants and men pants. You understand? Just like shirts. Women's buttons be on different sides. It's like everything is different. You'll know a woman's article of clothing from a men's article of clothing. So guess what? Women shop in your women's section. Men shop in the men's section. Bet not see no damn men going to the women's section trying to put on some damn tight fitting ass skinny jeans or tights or you understand? That is unlawful according to the Lord. Leggings and all this other crap. You understand what I'm saying? Uggs and it's a good day. So it says that which pertaineth to women shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. Men don't need to be wearing no goddamn dresses. Right. Men don't need to be having no purses on their shoulders. Men don't need to be wearing no damn female Uggs and with the little fur on it, with the leggings and all. What the hell are you doing out here looking like Young Thug? That is unlawful. You had something?
Go ahead, grab a mic if you got it.
They had what? Get if you could, Baba
right
Kashar.
There's a mic right here in this chair.
Get that mic right quick, Baba Kashar. Baba Kashar, we gotta because it's important. Right. Remember what I was saying, how we're doing this for it's bigger than us, right? What you're gonna say is gonna help other people that's listening. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you might have to turn it on. I don't know if it's on or not.
Yeah. Purple dresses.
Oh man, good night.
There was Israelites was like 800 deep marching and singing in the streets.
Right.
Yeah.
They had the purple dresses on, right?
Yeah, purple. A little bit over their knees.
Right. And it had the little fringes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with them?
Okay. I'm glad you asked that. You understand? Most High in Christ. So now, that's what I was telling you about these. You have to be very weary of these fake Israelite groups out here. You understand? Well, they don't have the law. They don't follow the law. They don't follow the scriptures, and they don't understand what they're doing. First of all, fringes don't go on the bottom of no t-shirts. Right. First of all. Now, where some of these brothers may have been in garments, that's possible. You understand? It's possible that you can have a garment and it's just the way they wear it. It just looks like a dress. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying these brothers was in dresses. I'm just saying that the way they carry themselves in the manner that they do and the way they make their countenance, the way they make their garments, it may come off a little feminine. You understand? And that's not lawful. If they're wearing, especially if they got fringes on the bottom of their t-shirt. If they got a t-shirt on and the t-shirt come down to their knees and they got fringes on it, that is not, fringes do not go on the bottom of a t-shirt. You understand? A t-shirt is an article of clothing it's an undergarment. Goes on in your, like when you're in your house, you're comfortable, you want to throw on a t-shirt, some boxers, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? That's what that's for. When you go out, your garment is supposed to be what you're going to wear. Think about a job interview. Are you gonna go to a job interview in t-shirt and boxers? No, you're gonna get dressed. You're gonna throw on something, formal. You want to look nice. You understand what I'm saying? Put on a button up or something, or just look decent. You're gonna have some, and you might have a t-shirt under your button up. You know what I'm saying? Most people that's where your t-shirt goes, under that. You put your saying you may have a Dickie suit or something you want to throw on over that. That's cool. The fringes would go on the outer garment. Now, fringes go on where think about a border. It says the border of your garments. What does a border do? A border separates one part from another part, right? It's a border. So like a t-shirt, now you wouldn't put it on a t-shirt, but I'm just trying to give you an example. No sweat. Well, for time's sake, we probably ain't gonna go into it, but I'm gonna give you an example. So on this t-shirt right here, like keep in mind, fringes do not go on t-shirts. But let's say this was a button-up shirt, like a long sleeve, like a Dickie shirt. There's seams right here, like going across the back. You know what I'm saying? It separates this part of the shirt from that part of the shirt. Well, guess what? The fringes can go on that. Just like on the bottom of a garment. You understand what I'm saying? It's the border. A border also lets you know where the end of something is, right? So a border of Texas let me know when I hit that border, this is the Texas line. This is the end of Texas. Now I'm going into a new state. A border just separates that, lets you know, okay, this is the end of this, so fringes can go there, but it can't go on the bottom of a t-shirt. You understand? That's why we put borders on that's why we put fringes in the borders of our pants, where in the inseam, it separates this side of the pants from that side of the pants. We put it down that line on the side right there. You understand? That's the border of your garments, right? So now, going back into what a woman should wear and what a man should wear. A woman's supposed to, and it is the school protocol for a woman to come to class in a dress. Now, with me, my ribs, of course, everybody different, but I prefer my ribs to put on some tights under their dress. I don't really want them showing off no legs or none of that. You understand what I'm saying? I definitely don't want them being a stumbling block for any brothers. And I don't want a brother's rib to be a stumbling block for me, because this is a brotherhood. Women coming to class with these short dresses and stuff, you can see, all you see is thigh. I mean, we men. All you see is skin and thighs. You're going to look, right? So cover that up. You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, everybody's different, but I know with me and my ribs, they're gonna cover up. They don't need to be seeing nothing. And it's not just for class. It's for anywhere you go. You put on a dress, my daughters, all that. You put on a dress, you're going to have some under there. You know what I'm saying? Tights, whatever. All right. So now, so we covered what a man should look like. Well, we still on that. Give me First Maccabees real quick. An Apocrypha. You got one?
If I could. I got it.
You're on the phone. Yeah, no sweat. So now we know that men have to wear what pertains to men, women wear what pertains to women. So now let's get into specifics on what should a man wear? How should he look? You know what I'm saying? Like, so what we want to do is follow the Bible. Is everything laid out. The scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun. And it also says what is written aforetime is written for our learning. So everything in the Bible is written for us to read it and say, okay, you know what? I need to follow this. If you try to go invent something and do your own thing, you're doing too much. Why even, like, that's too much work. Like, I don't even want to have to go try to do nothing new. I don't want to have to invent nothing. I could just go back and read, oh, they did this. Well, I'm going to do that too, because I know they did it and it was okay. God, the Most High didn't punish him for it, so I know it's lawful, so I'm going to do that. You understand? I'm not going to create nothing and try to be no innovator. Not with the truth. Right? You understand? Not with the Bible. So now it says in First Maccabees chapter 14, verse 9, you understand? It tells us how we should look as men, as warriors. All right, go ahead.
It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 14, verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the streets.
The ancient men, meaning the men before. Why follow anything different? Just do what the men before you did. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go wrong. So guess what? If it's something wrong, hey, they did it. I'm just doing what they did. You can't go wrong there. Go ahead.
Communing together of good things. And the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
And the young men did what?
Put on glorious and warlike apparel.
All right, so now we don't have, I'll give you an example. Okay, if you look behind you and you see on that mural, you see that's a depiction of YAHANNA in the middle. And you got the brothers next to him. All of them have on glorious and warlike apparel. That's what you would call a garment. If you ever seen any of our Passover video, Passover photos or anything where you see men in garments, that's what that's talking about. The young men put on glorious and warlike apparel. You understand? That's why you see the headbands with the spikes on it. So you see the gauntlets, the armbands with the spikes on it, and the studs, and the girdles with the gold, and you understand what I'm saying? It's warlike apparel, the garments with the studs and everything. That's warlike apparel. That's what we should wear. That's what we should look like. That's why you see every time we come to class, you got my headgear on, boots laced up, pants tucked in my boots, my fringes out. You understand what I'm saying? When you see us, you're gonna know, oh, that's I.S.U.P.K brothers. That's them soldiers in I.S.U.P.K. You understand? Because our men did it before. So we just following the traditions of what we're supposed to do. That's what the Bible say for us to do. We wore glorious and warlike apparel. You understand what I'm saying? Give me Exodus 15:3. So I'm just running down things of how men should be. We know we can't be effeminate. We know we have to first gather ourselves together. And we have to learn these scriptures so we can teach these scriptures so we can wake up more soldiers. And we need to learn how we need to look. We can't be having no purses or man purses and all of that crap. You understand what I'm saying? Put on. Now they have certain like backpacks or bags that men can wear, but you don't need to be wearing no purses, man. You understand what I'm saying? You need to have glorious and warlike apparel. Anytime, like you ready for battle, when you are seen, you're supposed to look like, oh, he ready to cut off somebody's head. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how we supposed to look. All right. Now give me Exodus 15:3.
Okay. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is what?
A man of war.
The contrary to what popular belief, because Christians are how you think that the Most High is just this soft, so forgiving and loving God that loves everyone, and it's all they paint this picture. The Most High in Christ is soft. You understand? Christ is the Lord was what?
A man of war.
I don't understand how they can't get anything different from that. I mean, he killed everybody but 8 people. You understand? Like he killed everyone. How is he not a man of war? You understand? Like what? I don't understand. He sent a damn big giant fish to swallow up Jonah. You understand what I'm saying? He sent I mean, like he's a terrible power. That the God we serve is a terrible power. He ain't no soft and weak, and it says the Lord is a man of war. That's how we should be. We should follow after what our Father is. You're gonna be with your father growing up. You see, if your father was in the home, you grew up. You see that masculinity. You see how he run the household. You see how he deal with other men. You see him. If you got into a fight, you see how he beat him up. Or that I want to be just like that. You understand what I'm saying? Guess what? The Most High is our Father,
right? And
we should want to be like our Father, right? Mm-hmm. Like any good child, like any good son, we should want to be like our Father. And the Most High is a what?
A man of war.
He's a man of war. So guess what? My father is a man of war. I'm gonna be a man of war. I'm gonna follow after him, and I want my son to be a man of war. When he see his dad, he gonna see a man of war, and I want him to be like that. I want him growing up with the limp wrist. And the yes. You understand? I don't want he do that. I don't know you. Who the hell is you? You get the hell out of my house with all that. You understand? I'm disowning you. So like here. I have to seek counsel or something, but you ain't gonna be my son. Talking about yes. Get the hell out of here with that. You understand? And what? He's a man of war, and what else?
And the Lord is his name.
Everybody understands that. The Lord is his name. Give me Numbers 31:14. We got to be warriors, man. The Lord is a man of war. We got to be warriors. We have to follow after him. We are his army. He don't want no cowards in his army. He don't want no weakness. You understand? Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 15.
Now, first verse 14. Now, we've always had structure. That's why I love the I.S.U.P.K. The I.S.U.P.K. follows what was written aforetime was written for our learning. The whole structure of the I.S.U.P.K. and the Commander General YAHANNA is structured after what was structured in the Bible. We've been had order and structure and rank. That's the order of the Lord. We are an army. So the Lord, they've been back in. If you go read but see in the Christian church, they don't never bring out these scriptures. You'll never know that in the Bible they actually had an army, like a structure, a rank system. You'll never know they had a rank system. You'll never know that they actually fed people in rank and order. You'll never know that there was actually rank and order in the Bible because the Christian pastor don't want you that side of you. The Christian pastor don't want to teach that to you because he want like it's you do realize that these pastors go to a seminary school to learn. Who you think is teaching them? Our oppressor.
Right.
Our oppressor wants to keep us docile, wants to keep us weak, wants to keep us saying yes, master, whatever you say. That's what they want. They don't want to raise up men like Nat Turner.
Right.
They don't want you raising up rebels and soldiers. They want to keep you docile and weak and high. You know, that's why they don't teach you that smoking weed is unlawful. They don't teach you. They tell you that all you have to do is confess with your mouth and believe in your heart. Doesn't matter how much smoking weed you do. Just confess, brother. Just come down to the altar. Let me pray for you. Just say you're a sinner and ask the Lord for forgiveness, and all will be okay. Nah, man, that is a completely against the Most High.
And if I may,
Go ahead, no sweat.
so like if I may, sir. And what's so heavy about what Adawan is bringing out is that that's the same oppressor that is pushing these homosexual tendencies to your children.
Right.
You got Young Thugger wearing a dress and A$AP Rocky wearing a dress because they want you to be effeminate.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have a choir director who is a homosexual in your churches, because they want your children to be effeminate and not ready for war.
Right.
Not like the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all.
Good night. I mean, every church you're going to has got to be the damn organ player or something is a homosexual. I mean, good night. And I remember growing up in the church I grew up with. The organ player was definitely a flaming homosexual, and it's all out throughout the church. Like you said, the choir director, the organ player, somebody in the church is going to have a prominent role in that church. They're going to be homosexual, and the pastor is not going to correct that and not going to say nothing against it because the white man wants you to be like that. Right. They don't want you to. Like I said, they don't want you raising up no rebels like Nat Turner. You understand? They can't have that. They want you docile. They want you weak. They want you effeminate. They just want you just straight up flaming homosexual. That's why they're making laws saying that men can marry men, women can marry women. You understand? They want to keep us. It's horrible. It's nasty. It's disgusting, and it's abomination against the Most High, man.
Right.
You understand? But go ahead and read what you got.
Come. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 14. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host.
With the who?
With the officers of the host.
So now this is a rank. This is a certain rank of a certain people. These are not just regular civilians. These are officers. And what do we have in the school? We have a newly raised up what next to me? What is your rank?
I'm an officer of 50.
Officer of 50. They had, and read that scripture again.
Come. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host.
So guess what? I'm an officer of 500. That's an officer of 50 back there. Officer Ram. It's an officer of 50 next to me. So we're officers. You understand what I'm saying? And Moses was what?
Wroth with the officers of the host.
You understand? We are officers of the host. So the same thing that they were doing back then, guess what? We're doing it now. You understand? Keep reading.
Come. With the captains over thousands.
Hold on. With the what?
Captains over thousands.
Well, guess what? Who is our camp leader? What is his rank?
Captain Yatzak.
Captain of thousands. He's a captain of 10,000 men. You understand? We follow the same structure that's in the Bible. So he's a captain of 10,000. We have officers of 5,000. We have officers of 1,000. We have officers of 500, officers of 50, and we have troopers. And we have the generals. So like it, we have the generals that start at the top with the generals. Then the captains of 13,000, captain of 10,000. But you get the point. It says the captains of what?
Captains over thousands.
Captains over thousands of men. That will rank. That's a rank, meaning you are over thousands of men. That's your rank. You understand? Keep going.
And captains over hundreds.
And captains over hundreds, meaning that's where you get the officers of 500. You officers over hundreds.
Which came from the battle.
Which came from the where?
From the battle.
You understand? It's all about warfare. Life is all about warfare. The Bible is about warfare. But these are the things that they don't teach you in the Bible. They just teach you John 3:16, and they teach you, the things that Paul wrote about, but they don't even understand what Paul wrote about. But if you go into a church nowadays, mostly what they teach it from is what Paul wrote about or John 3:16. That's it. They don't go into these battle scriptures and these war scriptures, and they don't tell you about, how we were, conquering other nations, and you know what I mean? They don't tell you about that part. They don't want you, and that's what naturally us men want to read about and hear about. We want to know, like, how do you do that? That's why we gravitate to movies like Game of Thrones, or the one, what is it, the 100 or 300? You know what I'm saying? Or what's that other one? Good night. What's that? It's an old one. It was a long movie too. I think it was like 3 hours long. It had like 2 parts to it too. I forgot about it. I can't think of it right now, but it's definitely a movie that, man, I can't think of it. But anyway, we gravitate to stuff like that because we naturally have that warrior spirit. We naturally want to see about Vikings and you know what I'm saying, and warfare and knights and armors and stuff like that, like swords, and like that's what we like. We like, gory stuff. We like, you know what I'm saying. So guess what? They was coming from the battle and they was in rank and order. And he was with those high-ranking officers and stuff and captains. You understand? So we've always been that. It's a more on that, or that's it. Wow. All right. So now, for time's sake, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna have a part 2 to this. We'll come back next week, you understand, and finish this off. But we have to understand as Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, for brothers especially, that we gotta get out of that mind state of being docile. Stop being high. As long as you're high, they got you where they want you. Right. Because when I was getting high, I knew I was lazy. I ain't really want to do nothing. I'm just chilling. I ain't even worried about the oppression that's going on. I'm not even angry at the oppression. I'm so high that I can't even think about it. That's what they want. When the Most High says oppression maketh the wise man mad. You should see the oppression going on around you and be angered at it. Right. You should be vexed. You should see that video of George Floyd getting his life taken away from him and be vexed. It should anger you. It should piss you off. It should make you say, to hell with this devil and to hell with this oppression. I need to figure out what can I do to get out of this. I need to figure out what can I do to liberate my people out of this. Well, guess what? There's a way. Mm-hmm. There is a way you can get out of it. There's a way to liberate Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans out of this oppression, out of the hands of the white. You get in class, get a flyer, make the phone call on that number on the flyer. You'll continue to watch these classes that we putting out. Come get in class. If you here, and you know what I'm saying, you near a class near you, wherever, get in all black, put your boots. Pay $40 for some boots. You understand? Get you whatever you got right now. Just get in all black. We'll figure out later on what you need to do, the specifics of everything. But man, just come to class. You understand? That is the solution. Getting in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA is the only solution for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's the only way we're going to liberate our people out of this oppression. It's the only way that we can even provoke the Most High to get rid of this oppressor. Right. You understand? The reason why they got their foot on our necks, literally, is because we don't want to change. Right. We don't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Even when you're talking to a Christian, they know what we're saying is true. They know we the home of the truth. They know it. They know we're following all the laws of the Bible. We're wearing our fringes. We're following our high holy days. They know it. But guess what? They just don't want to change. And this is the only way that we're gonna be able to get out of this oppression. Is either that or we're just gonna stay here. We're gonna suffer together, or what we're gonna get tired of it. What is it? I think we should get tired. Right. I think we should get tired of the oppression and come together and figure out a solution. All right. So we're gonna probably touch on the women too. You know what I'm saying? I always like to start off with the men first because I don't want to hear no sisters sitting there saying, you don't know we talking about the women and you don't never talk about the men. Well, guess what, sis? The men, it's even more important for the men to be how I'm describing than you are to be how you supposed to be. Because if it ain't for the men, then we won't have nothing. Because the men, the flock, what the scriptures say, I'm gonna paraphrase it, the flock of my pasture are the men. Right. You understand? Meaning we are the ones to lead, do the fighting and protecting. Right. So guess what? Without the men, What are the women gonna do? How we gonna protect our sisters? You understand? How we gonna get them off the drugs if we can't even get ourselves off the drugs?
Right.
How we gonna give our life for them or protect them from dying if we can't even? We so docile that we so weak that we can't even protect ourselves. You know, the Bible says, "Who can enter a strong man's home, but first bind up the strong man." We can't be that man to get bound up. We got to be able to fight to death. It's either you ain't gonna bound me up, you got to kill me first. You're not gonna come in my home and spoil my goods.
Right.
You understand? You're gonna have to kill me first. And the only way we're gonna get that mentality, and everybody needs to have that mentality. The only way we're gonna get that is if you learn, continue to come to class, pay your tithes for sure. You understand? So make sure you pay your tithes to the men of the Lord, www.ISUPK.com. Click the donation link. You understand what I'm saying? Pay your tithes to the men of the Lord, man. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? Commander General YAHANNA, he raises up this nation with that tithe money. He could do is whatever he want to do it for. The tithe money is for the men that serve the service for the priests and prophets of the Lord. And he's serving. He's the man that the money should go to, and he could do whatever he want with it. But guess what? He gives back to the nation. He feeds the people. He clothes the people. He pays rent. He provides security. He provides buildings and internet and everything that we need to get this truth out, because that comes first. And that's what a great leader does. Right. A great leader makes sure his people is taken care of before himself. He don't ride around in jets. He don't get a Commander General YAHANNA don't have a personal jet. Even though it would be nice that he get around whenever, he could come down whenever he want to, but he don't have that. He flies regular class just like anybody else. You understand? Or he travels. He don't even ride around in a Rolls Royce. I don't know what he ride around, but it definitely ain't no $100,000 car. That's for sure. Might be like a Toyota or something. You understand? Because guess what? He puts his people before himself. Right. That's what a great leader does. But you talk about TD Snakes and Creflo Dollar, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? They want private jets and Rolls Royces and Bentleys and Maybachs and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want, because they don't care about the people. They're not there for the people. Well, Commander General YAHANNA is, so pay your tithes. It's that simple. You understand? You got a problem with that, then you got a problem with the Most High. Right. You understand? So, is there anything else you wanted to touch on, or you Tawab?
I'm Tawab, sir. Like Adawan brought out, this is the Most High telling you this. If you got a problem with what the priests and prophets are saying, then you have a problem with the Most High saying, because we're not going to speak anything of our own words. We're going to speak as the oracles of God. Right. We're going to speak out, thus saith the Lord, out of these scriptures.
Damn right. All right, with that, Amajim, which means to stand. We're going to go ahead and salute out. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yazamatah, Sar. Means turn. We're going to face the sisters. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Ataba Hashem Yahushua. Yazamatah. Dismiss.
I'm right. What's on Christ? Hold on, we're gonna close out with this real quick.
Gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, for real, gotta keep that zeal, right, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, for real, gotta keep that zeal, right, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, for real, gotta keep that zeal, right, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, for real, gotta keep that zeal, right, there ain't no fraud, Lord, he was still yours, scriptures on one accord. On the boulevard, you just go bust up. Close to the holy of the Lord. The host, we everywhere from coast to coast. We on your Lord, open coast. Gotta keep that seal to the end. You got my shot coming up on that UFO. You can't see two distance. You gonna have to put your life and let it go. From city to city, state to state, we travel, going over to the Lord. Your brother is gone, stuck to me to me and be off. His spirit is in me. That's the comfort of to all of the disciples. Me and almost a hop and I in the gun range, doing up all of the rifles. Protect my nation and be no thing. Lay down my life on my frame. Ain't with by the deeds and make a lot of ease. Don't put the truth ain't no critique. America is a wicked empire, that's no lie. I prophesy judgment on this nation until I die. Wake up morning, moon and night, serving the God of Israel. The zeal of the Lord, my hope I must fulfill. Gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal for real, gotta keep that zeal, right, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal for real, gotta keep that zeal, right, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal for real, gotta keep that zeal, right, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal, stop, gotta keep that zeal for real, gotta keep that zeal. Just watch me with this fire. I stay fresh in my legislation is one attire. And then ask me about my visions. I know you still swinging, be hating on the push. You see these lives, we changing and explaining how the Christian church has misled our people. Above all nations, but they'll tell you that we equal. Man, that shit equal my zeal lit. Ain't no stopping it. And all my brothers shooters, let's tell you how the bitch prophets should fall on you. We ain't gon' hesitate. And I want y'all to talk about some heavyweights. We here to set the wicked straight. Let's keep this knowledge. Cause I shop the nine. That's why my sword's so polished. Abolish all this faggotry. It's such a tragedy. Just follow the Lord's laws and he'll become a casualty. No fallacy. These prophecies will get revealed. I'm one breath of they never me. I gotta keep that seal. Gotta keep that seal. Stop. Gotta keep that seal. Stop. Gotta keep that seal. For real. Gotta keep that seal. Right. Gotta keep that seal. Stop. Gotta keep that seal. Stop. Gotta keep that seal. For real. Gotta keep that seal. Right. Gotta keep that